Wednesday, February 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Let's take a look from a couple of cameras across the region this morning. There's Banner Elk, a cold 14 degrees with a northwest wind at 15 here, just prior to the 5 o'clock hour this morning. Dew point way down there at 9 as this fresh surge of colder, drier air is moving on in. Look at this camera from Appalachian Ski Mountain. Look at that. That looks nice. The powder conditions are there. The snow guns are fired up. It's 24 degrees. And there are some excellent, excellent ski conditions all across the region. On the radar this morning, I'll show you that in just a second. First, I want to show you temperatures elsewhere across the region. 31 degrees in Greensboro. It's 34 in Charlotte. Again, these are 4 a.m. temperatures. 36 in Raleigh and Fayetteville, 43 in Wilmington. A lot of Piedmont folks probably managed to dip down into the 20s before temperatures climbed a little bit later on this morning. Now, the radar, very quiet this morning, and it'll be a sunny, dry day here across the region. Our previous system causing some pretty good areas of snow in northern Maine and pretty good areas of rain in southern parts of Maine. That system is leaving, and here comes the next one. The rain pretty widespread now over parts of Texas and Oklahoma. You get into some snow there toward the Oklahoma Panhandle region and up into portions of Kansas, and that is the very beginnings of this next system. Here's what it looks like as we go into the future, that complex system beginning to take shape and roll to the east. And this is going to be a messy storm system with snow and ice over the plains. It could be a pretty nasty ice storm for some locations there in portions of Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, among other places. In the meantime, we get a dry day today, and I think the weather will stay dry through Thursday here for much of the region. That system steadily advancing our way, but it's not until really tomorrow evening that we see the precip advance into the western Carolinas. And then it's really going to be a scenario where as we get into Thursday night and Friday morning, we closely watch temperatures. This is what the RPM modeling is showing. Now, these are the temperatures along with the precipitation areas. I put those two together on this map. And so here we are, 9 o'clock in the evening, Thursday, as we go out toward around daybreak Friday morning. You see the precipitations there, temperatures in the 30s. And it looks like initially there could be Thursday night into Friday morning, a little bit of a sleet, rain, maybe a few snowflake type of mixture. But then it settles into really just this classic cold air damming regime, and the temperatures really will not move much at all as we go through Friday. Here's 8 o'clock in the evening Friday. Temperatures still in the 30s in many spots across the Piedmont. And it's going to be one of those deals where probably a lot of Friday morning, especially I-40 and points north, we have off and on periods of freezing drizzle or light freezing rain. Now let me show you some other charts on this. Here's what the Canadian looks like, the global Canadian, daybreak Friday. That very well-defined cold air damming signature, the kinking of the isobars there, all the way down and even into eastern Alabama. And temperatures at that point in time, these are the surface temperatures off the Canadian. That white line, that's the freezing line. And you can see that's, again down to roughly near or just south of I-40. In many spots across North Carolina. Now we go on out to 84 hours. That's Saturday morning. That's when the system is beginning to slowly pull away. At that point in time, you still have the wedge in place. The freezing lines up in the northern foothills. Just a classic cold air damming episode. And let me go back to this chart. I'll show you what's causing that if you're curious. You have this strong area of high pressure up into Canada that is in a favorable position to really wedge down the eastern side of the mountains. And it's really a classic cold air damming configuration overall. A couple other charts here. Let's go to the European. It's lighter with the amounts of precipitation Friday morning and during the day Friday. And there's the precip Friday afternoon. Again, pretty well-defined cold air damming signature. Surface temperature is a little bit warmer on the European. Let's see. And then finally, here we are out at 84 hours as the system is beginning to pull away on the European. There's your European surface chart for Saturday morning. Again, still a well-defined wedge in place, but temperatures above freezing. Let's see. Let me show you the GFS. This will be once that pops up for us. There's Friday daybreak again. Well-defined cold air damming signature. Surface temperatures on the GFS. There's your freezing line dipping down into North Carolina. Let me show you the regional Canadian model here, and there is its precip types. This is valid again right at daybreak Friday morning. The red shading, that's freezing rain. The pink, that's sleet. And we go out a little bit further in time. This is out. Boy, let's see. That would be. Make sure I get the timestamp right, 78 hours. Okay, so that's getting out toward a Friday night. And you still have the wedge holding in place over the northwest parts, the foothills and the Piedmont. Now there is the HPC probabilities of a 1/100th of an inch of ice. That's tomorrow night for the Carolinas and the Virginias. And there are the 1/4 inch ice probabilities. Again, notice the Ozarks really getting hammered. We go on out to the next day. This is Friday. And again, many of the same areas, mountains into the northern parts of North Carolina, and that 1/100th of an inch of probabilities there of some freezing rain. Now, in the longer range, let me show you this before I wrap up the video. The European, pretty interesting now. We've been watching the possibilities of a big storm system moving through some point around the beginning of March. Now, this is Tuesday. There'll be another system move through Monday night and Tuesday, another cold air damming system. Looks like it'll be warm enough for just rain with that one. But here's 216 hours, big low pressure area, Miller A, across North Florida and off the Carolina coast. That's a near miss in terms of a big snowstorm, but boy, the potential is loaded with that one. And if you're wondering, there is the European ensemble mean, a little further north with the low. So the European definitely sniffing something out. I don't think I stuck a GFS chart on here. GFS has had that at times, and really I'll just say this, as we get into the beginning parts of March, nothing concrete, of course, but the pattern is loaded with potential, so we will see. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.